right here on the Crown Channel. If you guys want more kitchen action,
God, did they put something in these ice cubes? They are spicy.
Ew.
All right, hello everybody. This is the first time I've done a solo stream, so I hope everything is working. What we're doing here, if any of you are just joining us here, is this is the 3rd anniversary of Glow's Battlegrounds, and what we are kind of doing to celebrate is what we call Glow Bowl, where we get 2 Glow members to command. We get a roster of Glow members that we then draft out of the 2 teams. And we invite some of our other friends from other communities to kind of fill out the rest of the team. And, we play a private match. It's always a lot of fun because
do a map flip
there's a lot of good players on.
We're going live.
People having a lot of fun. And
oh, look, a level 1 in prep squad.
Yeah, it should be a good time. We've done this 2 times before. We're doing this today in honor of the 3rd anniversary of Glow's Battlegrounds. This is Global 3.0, we're calling it. I'm going to be doing an overhead stream using the admin cam, just like in other matches you'll have seen before. We're going to be playing Kharkov today. Looks like we're server's full right now, 100 players, so we're going to have a full match. Mostly a lot of Glow people. I see some BKG. I know there's some WTH, 75th.
On map flip.
DC is
live,
here.
baby.
There should be some Goff. EG.
Yeah.
I recognize. Here's a squad of Goff guys. So
the server was upgraded too,
this,
so hopefully
this should be
doesn't-
fun. I am
my
going
dog
to
doo-doo.
mess with my controls real quick,
Ooh, dude,
which will
I'm getting some
include
amazing ping
turning
right now. Holy
off
fuck.
command chat, unit chat. I shouldn't need any of that. We'll leave the prox chat on for right now. And I think that should be good. So 2, we're going to flip, and we're going to be live. We're playing Kharkov. And here we go. I'm going to make a locked armor squad. Hopefully people don't request to join, because I am not accepting join requests. Do not request to join. Let me adjust my brightness here to make it normal for human beings to watch. And there we go. That should be good. One other thing I need to do is turn my HUD on 100% of the time. Camera mode, where is that HUD? Here we go. Always on. There we go. So, let's look at the point layout. Holy shit, it's all left side. Wehrmacht, River Crossing, Watermill, Bitter Spring, and Soviet Vantage Point. So, Watermill's kind of interesting because there's really fucking nothing here. This is going to be kind of interesting. It's got some interesting tank play. The Axis, who are on the bottom of the map, kind of have this big hill over there they can use. They got some buildings over there where they can kind of see across this whole plain. The main kind of approaches here through the dry creek bed here, or the frozen creek bed, on both sides really, and that's like it. I mean, like, it's pretty fucking open, honestly. So we're gonna see. Let me make sure it should be showing up as me live. I'm on a 5-minute delay, just to make sure that nobody is gaining any kind of advantage. Let me turn my sensitivity down a tiny bit so that I'm not quite so jerky with the movements. And here we go. We are streaming from the Axis side, so this is Commander Phil Mike Collins, a longtime Glow member, and before that a longtime Glow regular. Styling himself as a doctor these days. Nobody knows why. Here we got a Lux rolling up, G-Tax, Visorin, and some guy from PSU EPT. I don't know what that is, but They're rolling on the hillside with the Lux. What else we got? You got a tank with Storm and Mormon bite-sized and prime. We got Phil in a supply truck. We got a couple transport trucks getting ready. Looks like there's only one node up so far.
God, did they put something in these ice cubes? They are spicy.
All right, hello everybody. This is the first time I've done a solo stream. All right, curtains down. We're started. We're gonna watch some of these trucks. I don't think we're gonna see anything too spicy off the opening, like we might see in a competitive match with tanks shooting from across the map here. But let's just take a look at the approach here. This big, wide open field here is gonna be kind of interesting as the game gets going, because somebody's gonna lose watermill, and they're gonna have to attack it, and it's kind of a bitch to attack no matter where you're coming from. So, a couple MGs jumping out early. Skype and Twist trying to get some spots on the hill. Oh fuck! We just lost half a truck to the first Artie shell, and there goes the rest of them. Holy shit! All right, so we do have some spicy opening games antics. Look, that's why you don't drive the fucking truck on the road. All you had to do was shoot the road. The Artie guy just aimed at the road. It's all he did. So that's the mid truck down. That's going to be good for Allies now. Let's go run back and see who got that real quick. Let's see who's on the Allies artillery. Oh, we got a couple people. We got God's Strongest Law and City. I'm guessing that was City. City is a very accomplished artillery player. I'm sure he was the one that got that truck. So you can kind of see here the red all over the point here because blue lost their main truck. So it's going to be a recap situation for Axis. Losing that truck that early, that's tough. Looks like there's a garrison over here that they're all spawning from. Yep. So it's going to be tough. Watermill's a tough point to retake, but they're going to have to do it. See the main approach, and they don't have a garrison set up there yet. It looks like a lot of times you'll see people coming through the creek bed because it kind of gives you some cover on your left and your right. The other one is kind of over the hill where you see them coming from, but there's still a lot of flat ground to cover to get into Watermill. So this is going to be easy cap for the Allies in this case, owing all to City's truck snipe with the artillery. So there we go. We just had the mid cap. Let's see. Some good garrisons already established. Looks like one's about to get up and closer to river crossing. So still early. A lot of time left. Axis have a tough task. This is going to be a tough one. Light tank for the Soviets. Just kind of moving up. Let's see what we got here. Scythe, General Jawbreaker, and MK Tiger. Two ESPT guys and a former ESPT guy. Let's see where that Panzer IV is. Panzer IV is already been killed. Yikes. We got a recon tank, Baby Burn Soldier over there. And we got a Tiger coming out. So that was the Panzer IV crew. I don't know what happened to them, but they died very quickly. Likely to this tank. So Adner's, Honey Badger, and Purple Hippo taking out the other Helios tank on the other side with Bite, Stormin, and Prime. So likely what took down the Panzer IV. We didn't see it. We'll just go ahead and give them credit as well. Gotta try not to watch tanks too much. Everybody's gonna bitch if I watch tanks too much. So we're gonna fly over. See, this is what I'm telling you. We started to see an approach coming from the Dry Creek bed. They got the garrison up, so this is gonna be a grind for the infantry on this side to push through. They got some cover in the trees. They got some low ground here. It's really easy to cover with machine guns, though. Just a couple machine guns, you can watch a lot of ground, but Soviet machine gun is absolutely dog shit, so that works in favor of the Axis as well. Take a look at the map. Some south pressure, a little bit of east pressure. They're going to need this Tiger to come up here and deal with the tanks, or maybe the recon tank from behind can get them. NVIDIA making some progress, just walking in the front door here. Left lean, classic. Misses some shots. Misses more shots. Shit happens. Somebody got him there. Elwha here, also pushing up. I kind of want to watch this solo recon, because he's kind of lurking back here. I don't know where the Soviet medium went. He's backed up. Well, this is the Puma. I don't know where the Soviet medium right now. I fucking hope it didn't die in the Puma. That'd be fucking embarrassing. Here's the Lux. So the Axis tanks are... there goes the Puma. So let's watch this here. We got a pretty wide push here coming through the creek bed right onto the hard point. They're getting there. Look at how close they are. They're getting in here. I don't know where all the Soviet infantry are. They fighting over there, maybe. This tank's going to be a big impediment. Oh, here's the T-34. Looks like they may have lost a crew member repairing, or they sent Purple back to start driving up an IS-1 potentially as well. That's going to be something that the Tiger, which is pulling up right here on the Axis side, they're going to look to eliminate this medium. Because right now, that's going to not let you survive anywhere on the hard point. Already having an effect. Some marks over here. This is the Soviet light tank. So Soviet tanks seem to be surviving longer than the opening Axis tanks, which is going to help. They can just sit in a defensive position and farm infantry as long as they want, but we are seeing a little stream of Axis infantry making it into the hard point here, which is basically the hard point is what you see right here. This fenced-in area, the building, and a little bit of area around that. So this green is the fenced-in area. So the hard point's a little bit bigger than that fenced-in area, but in terms of places for cover, you got the building, a couple buildings, you got this frame of a building. Not that much to go on. Oh, what happened here? It looks like a whole crew went down from this tank. This tank is now crewless. Oh, they got out for a satchel. Looks like this gentleman right here did not die in vain. The tank will explode. His body will be sent into a million pieces, and his soul will go to, I don't know, wherever the dead Nazi soldiers' souls go, I guess. Looks like a serious threat on the hardpoint here from the Axis, though, especially with that tank down. The light tank still hanging in here. Panzertruck vulnerable on all sides. See if anybody can take him out, because he's just kind of sitting here in the open, not giving a single fuck. Saying I'm a little quiet. Let me turn down this fence then, I guess. Maybe that will balance it a little better. Shit, that's an Hopefully that's a little better. So now we're seeing cap progress from the Axis coming in. They took over the hard point once that tank went down. Allies really need to respond. Here's a Katyushka strike coming in. I don't think I've ever watched these from the overhead, so we'll see what this looks like. You can see, in lieu of the bombing run, the Soviets get the Katyushka rockets. So they land over a wider area, a smaller area of effect. Pretty terrifying to watch. But with most of the Axis in the hardpoint in a building, it's not going to kill them, but it did kind of wipe out the infantry around. Although, I imagine there's still OPs up in this area. Actually, there's not. A lot of the OPs on the south side here went down. We got a counter bombing run about to come in from the Axis, but they've lost all of their hardpoint presence. That's unfortunate. Axis already having an effect now, suppressing. You could probably farm a ton of kills. Let's look at who's on Artie. We got Soren back here. We got Dag. Shooting this creek bed, man, all day. I mean, like, look at it. You just shoot there. There's always going to be people going through there. You're always going to be killing them. I mean, maps like this, I don't know if this bombing run hit anybody. Looks like it went out of its way not to, unfortunate. But it's just a brutal map for infantry sometimes. I mean, this point specifically, if it was like St. Mary over here in the town, like, infantry got a little better. Even over here, there's a little bit more. But this is like a couple buildings and some wide. It's a couple buildings and then it's Foy, right? It's like Snowkursk, whatever the hell you want to call it. Brutal for infantry. I do want to see where this Tiger is, if this Tiger has found anything to do. He's over here, it looks like. Sorry, it's a little bit jerky, but I'm trying to get here quickly. So the Tiger's looking, seeing what he can see through these buildings, but, I mean, really with that hill in the way, he's not going to see anything. I don't know where the Soviet tanks are, but this is kind of a ridge, this road, so that's where the Soviet tanks are likely to be, and he's just not going to be able to see them from here, but they're playing it cautious. They're trying to get into position. If they get into some of this high ground, for sure, there's some areas where they can see some stuff. They also have a Panzer IV up here. Moving with them as well, so we got a good wide front. Axis infantry moving across. You know, good map control, really. They're kind of squeezing them off in this curved front line here. The Allies have reestablished themselves on the hard point, which is good. Axis are still pushing. They haven't given up yet. Hour 14 left. See if I can find the IS-1. Oh, is that what I hear? Here she is. This should be Adner's and friends. So like I said, he's going to pull up and use this kind of ridge as cover. That's what you can do with the Axis tank, or Allied tanks, excuse me. Got a house here. You have the hill to use, get some cover. They're going to be looking for that Tiger. I don't know if he's been spotted out yet. Also an AT gun in play, not currently manned. So he's got a pretty good view from here. I don't know if they have a mark on any of the tanks, but they're obviously expecting the Tiger to be around that area. Which is, you know, and most of the time would be a good bet. It's not where the Tiger is right now, but until they get marks, that's where they're going to be looking. Something just blew up over there. What was that? There's an AT gun on the hill taken out by the IS-1. Keep an eye on this Tiger. I don't want to miss the first heavy engagement here because a lot of shit talking is going to ensue depending on the result. If the Tiger takes out the IS-1 or the IS-1 takes out the Tiger, both Helios cruise. So it's going to be relentless and ruthless. Whatever shit talking occurs, depending on who wins. Prime gunning over here. He's a crack shot in a tank. The other side is Honey Badger. Honey Badger runs hot and cold in the gun. He's going to be pissed that I said that, and I'm mostly joking. He's very good. But for the purposes of me having a microphone and him having to play, I'm just going to say he runs hot and cold in the gun. He'll hit a really nice shot for you once in a while, but he'll also miss an AT gun 4 or 5 times. You never really know. He'll keep you on your toes for sure. So this tank's not really doing anything. Instead of driving through some houses, let's go back to the water mill here. More of the same. We got that same kind of line. Looks like they've wrapped around a little bit, attacking from all angles. Panzer IV just went down. That looks like it was probably the IS. Yes, that was the IS. Spun around, killed the Panzer IV. Tidy bit of work. Looks like we got another Puma here. This is Baby Burn and Tinner. So Axe is still pushing the hard point. A little bit of progress coming in as they get a couple bodies in. I mean, if you look at the kind of map control you have, once it's clear, once the Axes start to get in the hard point, they just have so much control that they're going to start to get pressure. Now, there is a garrison back here. We just saw Spawn Wave come on, and a lot of those guys got cut down. I don't know if that was a tank or MG or actually Covenant farming, but he went down. That'll save the garrison for now. I don't know if I've gotten to the point yet in the stream, but if you guys type in chat, let me know if the audio is a little better. I turned the sound effects down. If you notice that it's better, or maybe they need to go down more, just let me know in chat. 5-minute delay, just so you know. If you're new to the stream or joining and not quite sure what you're watching, so Glow's Battlegrounds is a Hell Let Loose community. This is the 3-year anniversary of the birth of that community from May 17th, 2020. So to celebrate, we're doing what we call Global. We've done this a couple times before. We take a couple Glow members as commanders, and we draft teams full or partially full of Glow members for whoever signs up. This week we had about 40 members sign up, so there's about 20 Glow members that were drafted onto each team. And then we invite some of our friends from other communities to fill out the server, and we play a private match. So we got Commander on the Axis side of Phil Mike Collins. On the other side, it is Lil Sticky, commanding for the Soviets. We're playing on Kharkov here. You know, we can just look through the scoreboard and see. You know, we got some representation from ESPT, DC, Goff, Glow members, some Glow regulars that aren't members of the community, some randos that wandered onto the server somehow, EG, another competitive team. Here's a whole squad full of Goff guys, DC again. On the other side, we have some BKG, some more ESPT, some Glow members. Helios, you see, is the competitive team for Glow, and a couple other communities. So you see there's a lot of different communities participating. As I was looking at that scoreboard, really the Allies' garrison on point went down, and complete control over the point has now swung to the Axis. So this is going to be an easy cap right now. As the Allies have been pulled back, you can see this is the next closest garrison. That's where all the squads that were defending on the hard point have spawned to. So Watermill is changing hands. Is the IS-1 still up around here? I wonder if the IS-1 is... That's a Puma from the start. Here's the IS-1 they're repairing. So I wonder if they've seen that Tiger, which is up here in the town. So good cap for Axis. Let's look at their map now. Oh, the Tiger just went down. I don't think that was the IS-1 that killed the Tiger. What the hell just killed the Tiger? Maybe a second IS-1? Or was it... Oh boy. We have T-34. Looks like, I'm guessing that T-34 killed the Tiger and now there's a satchel on it. So if that's what happened, I missed it again. Another tank battle. That would have been interesting to see. But the T-34 got satcheled. But if he got satcheled and killed the Tiger, that's a good trade. Do we have another Tiger up? Yeah, there's another Tiger up with a couple DC guys on the hill back here. This is where the IS-1 was looking earlier. There's a lot of good views you can get from these buildings with the tanks looking over the area, but they seem to want to move up now. They're going to be looking for that IS-1. That's going to be an important thing to get down if they want to move on to Bitter Spring. Looks like the Allies, if we just kind of go overhead, this ridge you see with the bridge and everything, that's basically the sector border right here, or pretty close to it. Axis have kind of pushed them completely out of the sector. Allies look like they've regrouped pretty well, but they're going to have the same challenge that the Axis had to kind of push onto this point. I think, honestly, the Allies side is a little bit easier to take Watermill from, probably, just given that the terrain favors them a little bit. They got this high ground kind of overlooking. I think it favors them, but they got to get the Axis off the high ground. Right now, the Axis have the high ground looking down into Bitter Spring, so that's going to be a challenge. Lord Mofo pushing up with the machine gun, sets it down and blasts Rancor Tamer. Immediately gets traded out by Peace. Artie still in the game here. You see some Soviets pushing up the hill. K Boston from BKG. Axiom. Battlegrounds. IS-1 getting aggressive. Wonder if he's got info on that Tiger. Because the Tiger is not too far away from him on the other side here. Here we go. If I can steal a line, wee woo, wee woo. We have a developing situation. I'm not doing it justice. Sorry, Jimbo. So the IS-1 is called out. The Tiger knows about him. IS-1 takes a shot in the... It's a track shot. He doesn't give a shit. But now his back is to the Tiger. If that call comes in, Mr. Tiger's going to push. I wonder if that was a whole shot. That looked like it was also tracks, so no hull damage yet onto the IS-1, but is the Tiger moving? The Tiger is lurking. Oop. I think he can see him if he has depression. That's GG for the IS-1. He's going to hit him once and get the engine, I'm sure. Oh, he already had a shot on him. IS-1 was done. Tiger comes out on top there. A whole lot of movement in infantry. Happy to catch a tank battle at least. Not really a battle, but at least a tank kill. So if we look at Bitter Spring now, Bitter Spring has like 2 buildings, and that's just like a couple fences and some snow. So welcome to the west side of Kharkov. There's like 3 structures in every square, and then like a wooden fence. This is what you get. Zoom out and look at the macro. Still got some people fighting back here. It's kind of interesting. Majority here on the front line between Watermill and Bitter Spring. We got a recon tank living its best life, driving around. Puma a little bit more viable on the Axis side because not as many Allied AT are going to have the bazooka class. It's vulnerable to the AT rifle, but not quite as easy to kill as with a bazooka would be. I'm not sure why Tinner got out. I don't think the tank is damaged. Somebody's got to get a bazooka on this thing, though, for God's sake. It's sitting right in the middle of their point. Fucking hell. Zoom out a little bit if we watch the Puma there. Puma just went down. That was probably, looked like it was a tank. Probably an IS-1 going up. Did he see it from back here? That's a burning tank. That definitely didn't kill the Puma. Maybe the light tank soloed by D-Long, 45-23. I'm not sure what killed that. I can't see the Soviet tanks as easily, but I'm sure there's one out there. Not the one I was looking at, but something got the Puma. Let's see what the Axis have going on right now on the map. Two real main areas of fighting, it looks like. We got north of Watermill here, and some southeast town fighting going on. I'm guessing if we go over here, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like there is some Soviet presence in this area, close on the east side, actually, as well as in the town. So that's why we see so much blue over here. So there is some house-to-house, yard-to-yard fighting. Twist taking down Confused, Helios teammates. Twist and Flig pushing up through the houses, trying to clear out. I failed my family, remember? Computer Blue killing Twist. Flig killing Computer Blue, good trade. Like, gonna see Dr. 903? No, he doesn't. He run. Oh, we got him. We did see him. So you gonna see McFuckin? McFuckin from BKG over there. Prankster from Goff in the area. Pollo Loco. We got some Kydex. We got some killers over here. Flake takes down Pollo. House to house. Just pushing up. Get a kill. Move on up.
They killed him running.
Sereno on STG, missing some shots, getting picked up by Prankster, getting the kill. Sereno gonna run into the house. Get confused, do I have my clipping off? I do. Sereno goes down. To Davico, looks like. Or Sealy. Sealy is running with the PPSG. Not bad for this area if you're fighting in these houses and shit. The PPSG is... Or PPSH, I'm sorry. Especially with the drum. Like a nasty gun at close range. Not really easy to win gunfights at long range, but you can do it if you're more talented than me. I like to run the SVT in all situations. But, I can see the PPSH choice in this terrain. Confused in a cane. Kydex gonna see him. MP40 takes him down. Confused. He gets taken down by Serino. Runner goes down. L Runner. Rhino and Davico. Davico using the Mosin Nagant rifle. Killing people. So that's what we got going on over here. This is more the front door push now over here, coming straight from the north. And it looks like since we got here, there's been some progress by the Soviets here onto this this ridge-type area around this bridge. That's good. You get this high ground, that's kind of the first step to capping the point. Let's check in on our Axis tank situation. 2 Tigers and a Puma in this area, right underneath me. DC tank, Helios tank, and a mishmash. We got Tinner from Glows and Helios, Elwa here from DC, and Baby Bird from Goff, formerly of Glow and Helios. Puma now getting aggressive. This is a nice little spot for the Tiger, looking over the broken building here. How much can he shoot? How much can he see? I don't know, but it looks like he's nice and well covered here. He's got a little bit of a view on something there. So I don't know how they keep getting away with this, man. I know he doesn't live long, usually, but maybe last time he did, but I don't know. Seems like the Puma shouldn't just be able to just drive around like this. Now he's driving into the IS-1. Okay, the Puma just took a hit. I'm sure this IS-1 would rather not have a Puma be hitting him like this. Okay, so their light tank takes it out, but is this IS-1 gonna get shit on by the Tigers now? Where are the Tigers at? They're looking for him. That was the house where the one Tiger is. The other one's right. We can see the top of him right there. So probably a missed opportunity there while the Puma was distracting the IS-1. You know, they could have crested that hill. And there they go. Let's see if they can get back to cover now. Took a hit from one of the Tigers. And no! Could not quite get back into position behind the house. And the house Tiger gets the kill. The other Tiger just, you know, there for moral support. There's an IS up a hill on the northwest of Bitter. I don't know if that's the one. Oh, that would be back here. I'm 5 minutes delayed, so I just saw saw Mikey there. Yeah, here you go. This is the IS-1. This is Scythe, General Jawbreaker, Epcot Tiger, a couple of ESPT guys, and a ESPT convert in Scythe. Saw the light, saw the sunlight in particular. IS-1 taking the shot. Which Tiger is this? Is this House Tiger? Looks like it's House Tiger. Turn shot comes in. Did that shot not hit? Looks like the Tiger ricocheted, and that's why he went back to cover. We'll watch tanks for a little bit. I'll go back to infantry. Looks like the Tiger took a hit. He did. He got to cover. 2 Tigers, though, if you can get both of them in position. And the IS-1 hits the other Tiger now. He trades it off, but if he's going to stay here, unless that was a track shot... Oh, a miss! Uh-oh. And there goes your IS-1. Prime making the shot. Onto Scythe's IS-1. So that's both IS-1s down. That's rough. Not sure how many tanks they're running. We've only really seen the 2 on the Soviet 2 crews. So they might have a lot of fuel to get another one of those right back up. Maybe get a T-34 going. 55 minutes left. 2 Tigers are going to be tough to overcome. You got this big-ass hill over here people can build AT guns on. That might be what they need to focus, someone to focus on is some AT guns to make life difficult for those Tigers. You get 2 up, just start double tapping them all day. See if you can, you know, get one of those down and take the armor balance a little bit back into your hands. Big grouping of Soviets over there. Oh, look at them all. So not much of a front push now. Even we really see the Axis kind of pushing in a little bit. Starting to push in a little bit. They're getting close. Peace in the hard point. Convenant close behind. Not really a lot of hard point presence. Not that they really need it. It's wide open fields. I mean, even if they get to this building, they can sit in that building, but Hardy's coming in. Peace makes it to the house. Oh, we'll see if Stormtrooper is in the attic. Peace trying to find a way in. Finds a door. He's gonna go upstairs. Where are you going, Peace? Stormtrooper's watching for you. He hears you. Is he gonna place a satchel? They've cleared the house, everything but upstairs. Will Convenant go upstairs? Check him behind the door. Ooh, here's nobody wants to go up the stairs. Stormtrooper's like, what the fuck, guys? You don't want to come up here? Everybody knows the Soviet. Here goes Peace. Oh, what was he doing? Where's your gun at? You got a gun? Where'd it go? Alright. So they've taken over this house. Convenant puts his OP up outside. So now we got some cap pressure on Bitter Spring. Ah, he was placing the satchel. Oh my goodness, Stormtrooper, you dirty, dirty boy. So he did get the satchel down. So okay, I take everything. I said back. Stormtrooper galaxy braining that one. He died. Led him to a false sense of security. Covenant puts down the OP, and Stormtrooper said, "Fuck you, I put a satchel down." And just wiped out everybody. So here now, another squad leader making to the area. But holy shit, that was a good play. This is good, just good awareness to say, like, hey man, there's multiple guys. And maybe he heard the OP go down. I don't know the timing on all of that, but that was a good satchel. Let's see what the Tigers are. Tigers still chilling. We got a Puma chilling. I mean, this is probably about as far as the tanks are going to go unless they cap Bitter Spring. Because they can see everything they need to see from here. There's no reason to push up. We do have a tank lock coming in. This could be an IS-1. Back here, maybe a T-34. IS-1. And there's Honey Badger and Purple Hippo. This is probably at least their third IS-1 we've seen them in. IS-1's not a bad tank. It's just slow as fuck. Takes forever to turn. It's got a decent sight. I mean, you look at, like, the front of it, man, like, there's a lot of, like, ricochet angles on the front of it. If you want to hit the front, as opposed to, like, a Tiger or a 76, which has, like, a huge front piece of hull right there. IS-1's pretty small. You got to hit right around that little porthole right there. It's not a bad tank. It just fucking doesn't turn. It's probably a repair station went down. Killed one of the crewmen of the IS-1. Damaged the tracks of the IS-1. So we got a cap on Bitter Spring going on. Really just no Soviet presence anywhere near the, or not enough Soviet presence at least, near the hard cap here. I'm not sure even where the hell they are at this point. Where are all the orange-red people? There's 3. There's 5. And a tank. Oh, here they are. They're over here. Why? I couldn't tell you why they're over here. But this is where they are. Here they are. Watching Bitter Spring go to the Axis. Unfortunately. Tiger's moved up. Is Puma still alive? Puma's still alive. Got the other Tiger. They have moved in to Bitter Spring. They have changed their address. It is now theirs. This is their home. Still a Soviet presence. What's the last point here? A Soviet vantage point. So now we have the first non-straight line point going on. So these guys got caught on no recon. There's no Artie though, unfortunately. Otherwise, they would soon become the target of Artie. But in place of that, it looks like the tanks have turned their attention over here. Puma just yeeting. Baphomet's the 6th with a good shot. Moving Puma, he's got to shoot it over the fence. You know, not long range, but hey, it's not a nothing shot. He hit it. Defended the OP. Tiger sitting behind the wooden fence. But you wouldn't think this wooden fence would be great cover, but man, it turns out the Soviets built the hell out of their wooden fences, where this can take a 76 millimeter, 75, whatever the fuck. caliber of the IS-1 shell. This could take a shell from a Soviet heavy tank, not be affected, that fence. Just the kind of realism you get in Hell Let Loose. This is the DC guys, and that guy, I don't know who he's with. Hiding behind Artie, looks like it's targeting them. Not happy. There's a tank there. Soviets are spread out. A lot of open fields here for them to go through. Still not a lot of Soviet infantry around. I'm not sure where they are. Got a bunch back here. See some marks coming up. I mean, look, there's 47 minutes left. Nothing is unrecoverable, but I'll tell you what, I don't know what happened to the IS-1 we saw back here. I don't see any... Oh, here's on recon. There's a tank. Is this the IS-1? This is Anders, the IS-1. These Soviet tanks gotta make a move on these Tigers. You can't just get bullied by the Tigers and expect to cap any fucking points. So... If you just joined us, this is Global 3.0. This is the 3rd anniversary of Glow's Battlegrounds, the community, and the Hell Let Loose server. So we arranged this global. We've done it a couple times before. Basically, you'll see there's Glow members commanding both sides. We did earlier today a Glow member draft, and we had 40-something Glow members get drafted across the two teams by the commanders. And then we filled in the server with some friends from other communities. I've seen 75th, I've seen WTH, DC, GOF, BKG, ESPT, all those groups and more. I'm sure I'm missing some. And then we kind of fill out the game, and we have a little bit of a custom private match here. There's nothing custom about it, because you can't do that in Hell Let Loose. IS-1 goes down to the Tiger. Sorry, Anders, it's like the 3rd time I've watched you die. But not so sorry. Kind of sitting in the middle of nowhere there. But so we fill up the match. We do a little private match. So a lot of competitive players on both sides. A lot of Glow server regulars, Glow members that don't play competitive. We got a tank simp alert. Hans tank simping for bite-sized. So we do this every now and then, kind of a little bit of a grudge match between the two commanders. We got Phil Mike Collins on the Axis side here commanding, and the other side is Lil Sticky commanding for the Soviets. So that's what we got going on here. Just for fun, but for sure, no matter what, somebody is going to lose and be mad. It's just the way it works. Tiger stops to destroy an AT gun real quick. Let's see, they got a push going on Soviet vantage point? Not so much yet, but they're getting there. They're moving across the field. Kind of a light defense that we've seen from the Soviets all game. We really watched Bitter Spring and Watermill both go down to front door. Not really anything fancy, just a front door push. Here's Scythe in an IS-1 now, pulling up. Already marked. Not going to get very far. When you're on your last point, you don't usually get very far before you start getting marked by enemies, so that certainly makes it a tough tank game for anybody. I don't know why he got out of the tank, not sure what that was about. Flig watching down from above. Kydex with the satchel kit. Might look to make a move here, but it looks like the gun is aware. He's going to turn around and say, fuck that, I'm out. It's been a good match so far. Look, it's 4-1. I mean, the Soviets kind of suck as a faction, unfortunately. So, you know, you could say that. Maybe the teams are unbalanced. I'm sure there'll be complaints about that. It's been a good match. I mean, nobody's getting steamrolled here, right? We've seen some good tank battles. We've seen some good infantry plays. Stormtrooper had that epic satchel. That guy will be a star after this game. With the money move, satchel in the house as you're dying. Got a Soviet garrison here getting pushed. I'm sure the Axis are aware of it. This is the kind of garrison position you get on Kharkov, west side. There's a slight depression in the earth. That's good enough for your garrison. That's all you get. You want cover? Fuck no. You get a slight depression in the earth, maybe a couple trees, so you can just get spawned and taken out by a machine gun, and then the tank just blasts your garrison away. So that's kind of one of the front door garrisons, so we're going to see these guys kind of able to push up now because there's nothing left here. Oh, excuse me, Wolfman is here. Wolfman is dead. He had a bolt action. Not going to do much with a bolt action against, 4 infantry guys and a Puma, for sure. Checking in our Tigers that haven't died in a long time. They're pushing up over here. Where are they? Where am I? They're behind me. They're over here. Here they are. Here's our Tigers pushing up with some infantry. DC tank. HS tank. Soviets losing that Gary. Look like they're consolidated a little on the point, but we have some cap progress on the last point. Soviets, I hope, have a garrison or two back here. Should be able to call everybody back and throw them off, I would think. There's a half-track. Classic Phil Mike Collins play. He's known for his half-tracks. And here's the first appearance. He drops off a couple guys. And now he's driving off. The IS-1 tank. Tigers are vulnerable right now. Like, they're pushing up. They're getting aggressive. But that means they're vulnerable. If the IS-1 can find them over there and not get too tapped. I don't know if I like the look of this. Soviets are not winning their fights here. Two Tigers pushing up in this IS-1. I don't know if he knows right around the corner. Not a lot of infantry in the area that are going to give him that information. The Tigers know he's there. There the shot comes in, so this IS-1 could push up and think he's going to kill a Tiger, and he will quickly C2 and shit his pants. But he will back up and keep his pants shit-free in the meantime. Looks like the game is ending, unfortunately. Soviets got a big spawn wave coming in, but I just don't know if they have enough control to throw it back, especially with the tanks pushing in as they are here. And the half-track right there. And oh, it's flashing. Oh, it's coming back. It could come back. Now this IS-1 doesn't... I don't know if he knows this Tiger's here. Tiger obviously knows the IS-1 is here. Playing a little ring around the rosy. Who is this in the Tiger? We know it's Scythe. That's the DC guys. So Scythe in the IS-1 is about to get his booty slapped. And he's going to turn the gun. Unfortunately, he has no information on the location of the Tiger. He moves forward a little bit. Oh, back is not the play, unfortunately. Maybe the fence can eat one? No, the fence cannot eat one. That tank is dead. Soviets still on the recap. They have cleared out the hard point a little bit, it looks like. Still two Tigers up. I don't know what happened to the other IS-1. If Adler's IS-1 has survived somehow, it looks like probably not. So that's unfortunate. They have recaptured the last point, and uh-oh. If we go to Bitter Spring, we have a little bit of cap progress going on Bitter Spring now. I don't know if this is enough people in this area to capture, but maybe they can take some pressure off the last point, which, if you look at the top, is now being capped by Axis. So Axis are capping back Bitter Spring, and they're back on the cap on Vantage Point here. I believe the Soviets still have a garrison up. Yes, the Soviet garrison is still up, so we should see a big wave. Is that enough? It does not appear to be enough. I think that's going to be it for Global 3.0, at least this map. Maybe we can get enough people to stick around and do a second map, but there you go. 5-0 for Axis in about... it was about 48 minutes, I think. I think there was about 37 minutes on the clock. So they're going to run it back on SME. I'll stay streaming if you want to stick around. Or if you're in chat and you want to jump in, you can see the server information. The server is public, so if you want to get in there, Glow's Battlegrounds event server, that's public right now. So if you want to jump in, if you're able, just go ahead and jump in the server when the map restarts. So let's look real quick at the stats. Bite-sized and Friends around 400 in the tank. Baby Burn just running Pumas around 200. The DC tank in the 600s. Looks like Scythe in them 580. Adner's almost 400. So 2 tanks on one side. It looked like throughout 2 tanks and a flex tank, a recon crew running there on the other team. So God's Strongest Lawyer, I think he was running Artie for Allies, if I'm not mistaken. City 594, he was on Allies for sure. He got that truck at the beginning. So 3 seconds, it should be flipping to SME now. We'll see how many people stick around. It's on Kharkov again, so it's going to do another flip and we'll run SME. So if you're in here, obviously there's a delay, but there still should be a chance to jump in if you want. I am going to create a unit real quick and spawn in. Oh, yeah, the map's already changed. So we're going to go to SME. I'll stay on. I'll do another map. We'll see how it goes. Going to be probably a little bit less organized this time. So 30 seconds, we'll be on to the next map. I'm getting a request to link the stream. Sorry, I'm just looking through my Discord messages that I got during that. Okay, so SME, looks like we still got 70-something. We'll fill it up. And we'll run this back again. We'll go switch and stream from the Allied side here. This time. Starting on SME. Teams are filling up. Looks like we're close to the curtain drop. 1 minute. I'm going to run it on SME now. Teams should be on the same side for those that stuck around. We did a double flip, so allies will still be allies. Axis will be Axis once again. I switched teams so we could play and watch the ally side from their side of the map. Let's see what point layout we got. Cemetery checkpoint western. Yeah, we got a little M shape here. And the points, it's going to be interesting. Checkpoint is a balanced midpoint. Good midpoint to get. Either side could cap first. Both sides can recap. It's SME. It's a pretty balanced map. Should be good. Hopefully we can get the server full. It's 30 on both sides right now. Have an alarm going off. Curtain is dropped. Wonder if city's on artillery, about to fuck up some poor bastard's truck.
Driving truck. Make this fucking turn.
Little rocket coming in. Not a bad shot. Hits nothing. Let's watch. First tank shot coming in, just shooting. Knowing that's an area where you see a lot of enemies. Pretty balanced. Look on point. This should be the Sherman back here, right? Yeah, the Scythe's tank. Not really seeing a lot of allies. I don't know where they're at. A lot more Axis here now. I don't think it was pretty close at first, but well, sides are filling up. Only one SL on the ally side, that's going to be a problem. Although, actually, I don't even see any SLs alive right now on the Axis side. That's going to be a bigger problem. Here's one right here. Truck goes down, rockets being traded. Each side has their side of the road. See shots from the Sherman coming in. Here's a road crossing. Twist is the first one across. I think that was a team kill right there, right? Had to be the Sherman catching a bush, I think. Unfortunate. Take a look at the map real quick as I double check. So that's a cap for Axis. Not surprising given the number of people we saw. The imbalance in the number of people on the point. Not sure what's going on here. I think the Allies kind of got their commander a little late. So they're still regrouping a little bit. Just one garrison up there and one by Rousseau. So it's going to be a little while for them to get reestablished here. The Axis obviously are just overwhelming the point right now. medium tank is moving up. Not sure that we've seen the Panzer IV yet. Usually Panzer IV is in this area. Doesn't look like he's here. Maybe no Panzer IV. Team's a little slow to get situated as the lobby is just filling up right now, so understandable. Got a little bit of a slow start on the Allies side, but they got a commander going now. Greyhound in support, but there is a Satchel Axis player with a STG and a Satchel here lurking, waiting for his opportunity. He's going to go for it. Greyhound goes down. Is the spotter watching? He's going to the left side because he knows the crew will get out on the right side if they get out. Here comes the Satchel. They stop. And they move. I don't think they know he's here, but they're kind of getting lucky that they're moving. Maybe they do know he's here, and that's why they're taking off, because they are driving into an area where they don't really have any support, but they successfully dodged the Satchel. Moving close on the hard point. The Allies starting to get a little bit of a presence here. MC-1200 McFucking. AG players taken out. Guns blazing and Jeff Sua. Really, this only squad that's made it up around the point. Their OP's not even up anymore. Must have gone down. Marty Mark. Down on the west side of the road. Allies still a little slow getting established here. Starting to get some presence in the town. Getting established around the cemetery. Still need some more garrisons going down. This medium tank's still alive over here. Looks like he's taking some damage, but he's still cooking. Way back here, he's got his OP up, so they have a backdoor OP there. See what kind of success they can have coming in here. Maybe they can get a little surprise going.
To your left, to your left, to your left.
Well, this guy's having a seizure over there. Either that or he's listening to some real funky music. This is fucking... God, I don't even know if I can show this on Twitch, dude. This is fucked up, man. Allies have any more garrisons? Still on 2. Okay, they're going for 2 garrisons. This tank's still alive against all odds. Driving into the creek. Not a singular fuck given. Is there no ATs on Axis? What the fuck's going on? Just racking up kills, sure. Sabretooth got nothing for him. Oh, here's Scrimshanks. You should finish it. That's the engine. Tank goes silent. Sights with a pistol. Oh my god. Scripshanks get shit on. Pistol. Got pistoled. Unfortunate for him. But it looks like the whole crew is dead now, so... Oh, Jawbreaker's still in there. Getting shot at by... his own 76? I'm not sure about that. Okay, guys, what's going on? Are you trying to kill your own tank? Or are you trying to kill infantry around your own tank? It's a question that I have. There's infantry running around him. What, is this tank empty now? What the fuck? What the... how... the fuck happened? Did they just shoot that tank? And then fucking quit out of embarrassment? They were like, fuck, dude, we're shooting our own tank. Like, should we say something? And they're like, nah, fuck it. Let's just go play on easy company. Server number 19 or something. We can't be seen around here anymore. They just shot their own tank 6 times. Fuck, okay. Oh well. Now there's 2 allied abandoned tanks because General Jawbreaker tried to make the run. He was not successful. There's now a rifleman, CG Tune, in his white uniform on top of the abandoned 76. There's some weird shit going on. I'm not going to deny it. Allies still sitting on 2 garrisons. They have as many garrisons as they have abandoned tanks. I don't know what all these guys are doing on the point. There's like no one fucking here, but there's tons of Axis players. What are they doing? Somebody says there's some straight cheating going on. Some of the Allies' forces kind of collecting here to the east of checkpoints, so we might start to see a little more direct contact. So here's a tank up here now. What is this? This is, here's the Panzer IV, Gearhead Alex, and Nick 87. And a Lux. A lot of allies on the, or Axis on the point. I don't know what they're doing. They're not fighting anybody. There's no one really to fight there. Allies starting to lose cemetery. So just a northern attack here. Coming in. Pop-Tart, D-Brands, Amber Lamps, 9/11. Making a little progress here. Coming from the west, coming from the north. Allies lost the Garyon Cemetery. No spawns. So cemetery's going down. Enemies northwest of Graveyard, never mind southeast, actually. Both are correct. So cemetery is going to go down. They do have a... Allies have a garrison on Rousseau, so they should be able to hold on to Rousseau, but I think cemetery is a wrap at this point. There are some people trying to make it back. Here 2-4. unsuccessfully attempting a retake, but they had to come a long way. Not really their fault. There goes Cemetery to the Axis. Allies have already kind of been streaming out of Rousseau. Rousseau's kind of a tough point to take. A lot of open fields around it. So if they get some spawns up around here, they should be able to hold on to it. Not really a whole lot of Axis action here. Just a couple guys coming in. A couple squads. Maybe one squad and a recon coming in from the north here. Blow, Scrimshanks, Rats Ahoy. Sabertooth, Peace, and Aimless. Kind of look at where they're going. Oh, they're capturing Russo. Oh, they've all kind of moved out of the sector, so there's nobody back in sector to provide counterweight, although we just saw a decent spawn wave that left them defending. If you just joined us, we were, we call it Global, celebrate the 3rd anniversary of Glow's Battlegrounds. Named a couple Glow's commanders. They drafted teams about half full of Glow members, and then we kind of filled in the rest of the teams with some other friendly communities, some server regulars, and some randoms eventually to play kind of a semi-organized private match. The main map for that was the last map, which was played on Kharkov. The Axis won that 5-0 in about 48 minutes. And a bunch of the people were going to run it back. Not everybody stayed, but some of the players stuck around for another match here on SMDM. And I just figured I'd stay streaming one more map, although this does not look good right now for the Allies, but they've got a couple garrisons established now, so we'll see if they can push a retake here. So we got Axis pushing in, the Axis in red. We're on the Allies side. You'll see those players in blue. Axis pushing from the north along with a Lux here. Garrison's over here, so in order to get this point, they're going to have to get this garrison down. I don't know, it doesn't look like they really know where it is. Maybe if this Lux stumbles upon it, they can kill the garrison, and maybe that'll bust the game open. See if they see it here. Ooh, he drove right by it. And a big spawn wave. Is there any AT in the spawn wave? Yep. And that's one hit. It's unfortunate. Drove right by the garrison right as the spawn wave came off. Can he dodge this shot? Ooh, another shot. I'm not sure what he hit. 2 shots should bring down a Lux. Did one hit turret maybe? Or tracks? I'm not sure. It looks like one turret and one shot to the rear, then the other shots missed, so the Lux escapes as a big spawn wave gets off on Rousseau. If he had turned and been able to get that spawn wave, that might kind of sealed it for them if they have enough presence, but hit the garrison, get the big spawn wave. That could have been huge, but they didn't see it or didn't get around in time, and they're lucky to survive. Panzer IV. Alex, Nick, Gearhead. A lot of allies still back here defending. Some Axis pushing front door here through the streams, the hedgerows, the wheat fields. the way the points are. The last points that the Allies hold can be sometimes a bitch to take. At least in these long games where it's 4-1, but Axis can't quite get the 5-0. Be that fun for anybody. Looks like there's an attack kind of starting on the cemetery from the northeast, north. Bombing run comes through, and looks like it went over the top of the garrison. It did get the garrison. So the garrison went down on Rousseau. Start to see cemetery contested. Still two OPs, I see. Mike and Fox Squad have their OPs up. If they can make a move, they might be able to get Rousseau while there's no garrison. But as I say that, cemetery is starting to go the way of the Allies. So let's see if they can squeeze fast enough. They got to try to balance now, sending some squads back, keeping some squads on attack, because Rousseau is vulnerable. As long as there's no garrison there, which they know at least that the garrison was destroyed by the bombing run. They should know there's some vulnerability here at Rousseau, but you need to get some people back on cemetery too, because cemetery is getting capped. And here we go. Here's a few spawned. That's enough to counteract it right now, but they gotta win some gunfights there still. Let's watch cemetery. I think this is maybe the more interesting part right now. So here's some fighting right in the north side of cemetery. Keep an eye on the HUD though and see when if Rousseau starts to swing, because there's still no garrison rebuilt there. 0 garrisons on the well, 1 garrison in the red zone for the Allies. As there you go, Rousseau starts to get capped. As cemetery is still being decapped, so big spawn wave back here. So here's the balance: do they keep enough on attack to close this out, and do they move enough back on defense? So right now it's going to be tough for the Allies because they don't have a garrison. They still have 2 OPs, but the HQ is blocked as long as there's cap progress. So we'll see if the Axis can finish this off. Allies bringing it back. Gotta get a garrison though, man. It's been so long. There's even supplies up there. There's supplies there. So there we go. Pollo Loco building the garrison. That probably means that in the short term Rousseau is safe, just because I think so many Axis players, or at least a fair bit, came back here to defend cemetery. So having that garrison now established on Rousseau should keep Rousseau fairly safe for a little while. Axis are starting to cap again. With a little hard cap pressure here. Garrison is there, so if they need to call off the attack on cemetery, they can get some people back here. Flig, Draysky, Smoker, Mosaic Congen. I don't know what that name is. Who else we got? Vikings in the area. Renegade, machine gun something. So here's Draysky pushing the garrison, and he wins the gunfight with coffee time. A lot more people to kill before he can get that Gary, and he goes down. Maybe he was close enough to be aware that the garrison is there, but it's not enough people came back, so it's going to be another 20-25 seconds now before they get another spawn wave. It's going to have to be a huge spawn wave, or the Axis are going to hold this, because they have all these people inside the hard point now. And that's going to be a lot of cap weight. Even though the garrison's back here, they got to get enough people to have enough weight outside to counteract these 6, 7, 8 maybe people inside. So there's a big spawn wave, but it's not enough. not enough. Came back fast enough. And this Panzer IV might get this garrison. He might have... Oh, no, he didn't yet. This Panzer IV might be able to wipe out a lot of these infantry from behind here. And that looks like it's going to be it. I don't see the Allies bringing this back. And that's going to be a cap for Axis. So this is going to be the last map that I do for tonight. Again, this was the 3rd anniversary of Glow's Battlegrounds. We did a stream for a private match we put together. That was the last map. I did the next map too here as well because there was still a lot of people playing. This one was kind of a fast one, but the map before I think was a good one. But yeah, this was the 3rd anniversary celebratory stream and global match for Glow's Battlegrounds. If you've been watching or if you were playing, I'm going to post this on YouTube. The link will be posted in the announcements for Glow's Battlegrounds. So if you join www.discord.gg/glows, G-L-O-S, or G-L-O-W-S, excuse me, you'll be able to get the link. I'll have this up on YouTube if you're interested in watching it. But hey, there you go. That's the end of the stream, guys. Thanks for coming by, and hope you enjoyed it. Take care.